So today is day 3 of the 30 days marathon of the Electricity Company of Ghana to collect or recover some 5.7 billion cedis of bills owed by their customers, including state-owned agencies, private manufacturing companies, as well as domestic users. Now, the team started their day by visiting the B5 Plus Steel Manufacturing Company in Tema, where they have been to on Tuesday. Now, they had to go back to B5 because the company nearly sued them on Tuesday when they provided them a very much post-dated check. The ECG says they got to realize about the status of the check when they went to their office to actually process it. And so they had to come back with the intention to take the B5 steel manufacturing company off the grid. But managers of the company decided to go into a protracted meeting with the ECG officials lasting about 45 minutes to an hour, and they finally agreed on a consensus. Laila Abubakari is external communications manager for the ECG, and she's been sharing with us what came out of that meeting.
We've just reached a conclusion with them this morning. They've paid 20 million, or let's assume that by the end of the day, the 20 million should have reflected in ECG's bank accounts. But we're on our way to disconnect their facilities. They've made 50% payments now, and then the rest of the money will be paid next week.
You were here yesterday. Why did you have to come back today?
Because they generated invoices for them. They showed checks that they were going to pay yesterday. They generated the invoices, and then they hoped that they were going to pay the money into the account. But we realized later on that the checks were post-dated, I think 1 week apart. And so it means that most of them were going to check after the end of March, which was not acceptable. So we returned to in order to get all the 50% that had been promised us yesterday.
From Tema, the team moved to around Chopoli at the Fabric Metals Manufacturing Company, where we have been told that the company is owing 28 million Ghana cedis. The team was met with some level of resistance from officials of the Fabric Metals Manufacturing Company. That kept for about 10 minutes, and they went into another meeting which lasted a few minutes with an outcome.
They showed us a slip where they were paying an average of 3 million cedis a month. In some months, 1 million, 4 million, 2 million. I think in January and February, they paid 4 million each, but their average bill is about 6.5 million a month. And so I requested that at least 50% of the money be given to us now so that we can negotiate on the rest of the money they owe. But they said they are not able to cough out such an amount to us now. And so we had no option but to take them off. And so the task force went behind the ECG system and took them off, read the meter, and have taken record of how much the meter reading for today. So by the next connection, that is if they make the payment, we'll compare the reading we did today to the day we connect to make sure that they haven't reconnected themselves to the grid.
How many months does this 28 million cover?
It's about 5 months by our calculation. They pay an average of, or they usually consume an average of 6.5 million Ghana cedis, and it's in total 28 million Ghana cedis. And so you'd say an average of probably 6 months.
A second company which was taken off the grid today by the ECG is Star Steel Company Limited in Pram Pram. Now they owe the ECG some 18 million Ghana cedis, which they fail to make any form of payment for when the team went into their premises. So there's two companies which have been taken off the grid today, Fabric Metal as well as Star Steel Company, together owe the ECG some 46 million Ghana cedis. The team resumes to continue with the operation in the effort to recover some 5.7 billion Ghana cedis owed them. Reporting for Joy News, my name is James Kwesi.